Welcome back to the channel. It's your guy L Train here with another video. I want to talk about not crashing out during difficult times. This is somewhat of a personal story. It's really regarding a friend of mine, a guy I went to high school with, a guy I knew for many, many years, a guy I hung out with a lot. And a couple months ago, I wake up, go to work, and my coworkers are like, "Yo, did you hear what happened to the homie?" I'm like, "What's going on?" They're like, "Oh, he got arrested. He tried robbing a couple banks." I was like, "What? This dude? Nah, you guys joking around?" They're like, "No, serious. It's all on the paper. It's all on the internet." So I look at the paper and front page. The homie's right on the front page. He robbed two banks in one day. And what ended up happening was he stole a car, carjacked somebody, some young kids, went to a bank, robbed the bank, ski mask and gloves, got the money, got away, drove to a second bank, run up in there, robbed the second bank, and he was getting away with that robbery. But someone noticed him, a police officer noticed him, and a high-speed chase came about, and he literally crashed out as well. And that's how he got caught. And what was so crazy about the story was this man who got caught up, one of my homies, was that he was literally one of the most talented men I knew, one of the most talented people I knew. He taught himself how to play piano. He used to get gigs at these nice fancy restaurants in my area where he would play the piano on weekends. And he taught himself how to play. And he could play classical music, hip hop music. People request certain songs. He'd come back a week later and he'd have the song down, and he's killing it. And he also made dope logos. He had graphic design skills. He made a logo for me one time, and I know he made some for other people as well. And he also could play multiple instruments. I saw him play the guitar. I saw him play the drums. He was working with a band. He was trying to get this band thing popping off. Just a super talented guy. I go over to his spot every once in a while, and he grew his own food in his backyard. He had his garden. Here's some zucchini. Here's some tomatoes. He would just have all types of stuff. Super smart guy, super talented. And it didn't make sense why somebody would do something like this. It's almost like something that happens in the movies. Like, you're going to rob a bank, rob multiple banks in one day by yourself and get away with the money scot-free. It's almost insanity. But it came out later that he was, pretty much going bankrupt. He was going to lose his house. So he crashed out, and it wasn't worth it for a little bit of money that you don't even get to keep. You don't get to keep the money that you steal. So if you're watching this video out there and you're going through some difficult times, maybe at your job, maybe some issues you got with your relationship, maybe some family drama you're going with, and you think you're about to wild out, you think you're about to crash out, 9 times out of 10, it's probably not worth it. You got to think about the big picture. You got to think about the future. The homie is probably going to be doing 25, 30, 40 years, who knows, and, federal prison, state prison. And his life is pretty much kind of over at least for the foreseeable future. And that could happen to somebody else. It may not be them robbing a bank, but it could be somebody owes you some money and now you want to put hands on them, and now you get arrested, you lose your job. You don't even get the money that they owed you, and you locked up now. You look like the fool. You look like the sucker because you crashed out during some difficult times. So I made this video and I wanted to spread this message that these difficult times are what make us better. These difficult times are what make us stronger. And you can't be too proud to go out there and get a second job if it's stocking shelves or working at a gas station or Walmart or wherever, your local store is in your town, or getting a blue collar gig, just maybe it's helping out, contracting. Some people are too proud. Their ego's too big to feel like, oh, I can't work here. What people are going to think about me. This homie that I knew, because he was so talented, because he was so artistic, I think he was too proud to go do these things. I think this was like, make this money with my talents and with my creative gifts, and eventually I'll blow up. And it didn't really happen for him at that time. And so he went all out. And what I'm saying is that you should go all out in your goals, but don't go run back to the street and sell drugs. Don't go start some hustle where you're scamming people just for a little bit of money in a short period of time. It's not worth it. Use that energy. If you're going to go all out and you're going to crash out, start a business, get in better shape, help somebody out in your community, go volunteer. Like, there's so many other ways and so many other things you can do to help yourself and help people around you. It don't really serve anyone if you're getting locked up, if you're getting arrested, if you are spreading drama and rumors in your town and your city just because you don't like what someone else has got going on. And now they get mad and start saying something about you, and now you say something about them, and now there's altercations and there's drama. It's 2024. We're heading into 2025 in a couple of months. You need a new perspective. You need a new hustle. You need a new momentum. And you might have to leave some of those old things away. Hustling in the street is a wrap. People are snitching. People are ratting. There's cameras on the streets. People got cameras in their phones. People got recording devices. Those days are over. The 80s and the 90s of you being a hustler and driving these foreign cars and no one's going to notice is a wrap. This is not Scarface. This is not a movie. This is real life. You might have to work that job, bro, for another 3-4 years before you can come up. You might have to start that business by yourself because nobody's really believing you. It might take 5 years. It may take 10 years. You might blow up in 1 year. You never know. But you can't be too proud. Your ego can't be too big that you can't ask for help. Or you can't just get low. You know what, man? These clubs and these bars, this lifestyle I'm living, it's not really helping me. Let me fall back. You still want to be on the scene. You still want to feel like you're, an active person out here in these streets and in these spots where there's no real future for them. You're better off staying home or visiting family and friends or people who are doing the right thing. That's the vibe. That's the movement you got to be heading towards. So if you're going through something right now, we all are too. You're not the only one struggling with bills. You're not the only one struggling with your job, or maybe your boss doesn't like you or you don't like them. You're not the only one out there. So don't overreact. Don't, crash out. Don't wild out because you're not being able to control your emotions. You got to think big picture. You got to think 5 years, 10 years ahead, where you want to be. Who do you want to be? Those are decisions that you have to make today. So if you're going through some hard times, keep your head up. Keep it moving. Stay focused. Stay positive. Keep it rocking. All right. That's all I got for today. Hold your head up if you're out there going through it. Peace. We out.